Hey, it's Jenny, and I am back with another layout in my memory planner. This is a big happy planner, and I actually purchased a 2025 one specifically to use for this year. I got it on a really great discount, and I just used whiteout to cover the dates, and then I just add date stickers. It's fine because honestly, I like doing it anyway, and the planner was then a really great price. So it just worked well for me because I finally ran out of having a stash of them. Like, I think this is really the first year that I basically had to purchase one. Like, I didn't have them from my time working with the Happy Planner. So yeah, it feels like a pretty good run, right? Okay, so anyway, I redate these after I put the white out, and it works out because the Cocoa Daisy kits that I'm using, the memory keeping sticker kit comes with the dates that I really like a lot. For whatever reason, I just feel really drawn to those circle dates, and so it works well. I'm using a lot of stickers, and I will also use some rub-ons and some stamps. I've been feeling extra creative lately, which honestly feels like a gift because I go through spurts where sometimes I don't feel quite as, I'm going to say creative. Like I don't feel the same, I don't know, level of desire to decorate. And so sometimes I just really want to keep things simple and functional. And lately I have just felt so inspired. And so this week it's really fun because making these decorative clusters feels like really I'm really excited about it. So you can see with that big box sticker down in the lower right-hand corner, I also layered a little watercolor splash and then a couple of the clouds and the balloons, and I love how that turned out. Now over here, I wanted to use one of these cards. Again, I'm not really sure why. I just had this idea in my head and I really wanted to do that. And so I will use adhesive to put this down, but I want to use a couple of stickers underneath, including one of these from this little washi sticker booklet. This is included in the creative kit, and so is that decorative card. But I wanted to use one of these little decorative splashes of color and layer it behind that card. So I'm going to sort of place it with the card so I can see like, okay, yeah, this is where I want it. And then I will use the included popsicle stick and then rub that onto the page. And then I will also layer on top that washi sticker on top of the rub-on and then put the card on top of that. And so I just really wanted to create this big, beautiful cluster over here. I, I I saw it in my mind's eye and I knew that's what I had to do, so that's where we were at. And I just wanted a little bit of each of these peeking out from behind this card. So I added a little bit of adhesive to the back because I do intend to use the clip. Like I wanted that to be, it to look like it was clipped onto the page, but obviously, I mean, putting the adhesive on there makes that it's not going to go anywhere, right? Okay, so what I also the layering is really the biggest thing right now that I just feel so inspired by layering all of the different products on top of all of the things for some reason. I'm just not sure why, but I really am. So yeah, just pulling out all these different die cuts and figuring out how I can use them together. And then I saw those bigger ones included in this package as well. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to add that up here in my third cluster. I didn't even remember these were in this package. And so that was kind of a fun little like, oh yeah. So I want to use this label for some reason. I saw it and I was like, yes, this is the one for right here. And then one of these smaller little ones on top of it to sort of round out this cluster. I've talked about this a lot before, but when I create a decorative cluster, I like to stick to 3 items and sometimes 5. And there is a larger reason at play, but your eye, that is what's most pleasing to your eye. And so 3, and then, sometimes you can do 5. So when you're building out your clusters, if you're going to do that, you should absolutely stick to 3 first, and then if you feel like you still need a little something extra, go for 5. Now, these stamps, I really love the whimsy of these little houses. And so I knew I wanted to create like a little cluster of the houses. They're so cute. And it's just really fun to be able to add those to this page. So I'm using three of them together and creating that. And then I also want to just add a couple of the little rub-on transfer clouds as well. It feels like spring. These clouds like floating through the air just feels very, very spring to me. And so for some reason, I just felt the need to finish up these clusters with some clouds, at least this one and then the lower right hand one, because obviously that other one has the big card and the other things included. But so these are my three decorative clusters set up in a visual triangle and will be the bulk of my decoration. Now I will move on to adding the activities, appointments, things like that that I like to add. And then I will also include some journaling where space permits. So I need to pull out, well, I'm going to pull out, I don't actually need to pull out the boxes that I can use for adding the activities and games and things like that. And I love these that I'm using right here. These are the ones that I always am really, really drawn to. There's something about the size and the shape of these that really speak to me. So I'm excited to use those on this particular layout. And then I will just write those different, mostly games here, but of course there's other, you know, things that I do and stuff like that that I will add to these boxes as well. One of the things that I think is the coolest about something like this is that like you can do this exactly how you want to or what makes sense for you, right? So these are the things that I want to highlight on my pages, but on yours, you may not have something like that. That is something that you want to specifically call out or identify, and you don't have to. And so that's one of the things that I love about a project like this is that you can define what's the most important, and that can also change over time, right? So for me, this has changed over time. If you've been watching these videos for any length of time, my first memory planner video was in 2016, and it's amazing, right? Like I loved it and it served the exact purpose I wanted it to. But now it's a little bit different and the focus is still 100% on my photos. Okay, so this is my magnetic glass mat, and I cannot say enough amazing things about this mat. They have smaller ones. This one's really big, but they have smaller ones too. So it's magnetic, obviously. It's glass. So you can clean it up so easily. And I use these rulers to like draw the lines for my journaling so that I make sure I do a straight line. It's basically like just this really, really great tool. And obviously they have plain colored ones, they have other designs, things like that. I chose this one because obviously it's rainbow and I love that kind of thing. But honestly, this has really been such a great item for my personal making. And I just wanted to talk about it again because I haven't talked about it in a long time. And I really genuinely just get so much out of using this tool. Anyway, so I'm drawing pencil lines for my journaling because I couldn't possibly write in a straight line to save my life. And so I need the lines to make sure that my journaling doesn't just go all over the place, right? And somehow, because of my ADHD brain, I decided that I needed to add these little word stickers to the photos before I did the journaling, despite the fact that I just drew the lines for the journaling. But this is how my brain operates. It's a little bit exhausting, but I also just let it lead me because I want to enjoy the process so thoroughly. Because, yes, the end result in this particular project is the goal. I also want to really have a lot of fun with it. So, adding a little bit more decoration before the journaling is awesome. I have always been a person who sort of writes little snippets about journaling. Like I'm not pouring out my heart and I'm not writing like lengthy things. I'll say like, "Oh, this happened, over here and then over here I talk a little bit about this." And so it's a system that works really well for me. It feels awkward to me to do more journaling and I don't want to press something that feels more awkward when it's really not that important to me. If it were important to me, I would push myself, but it's not that important to me. What is important to me in my memory planner is having the photos, is having the record of what happened, and then enjoying the process, right? So that's where the decorations and all of that stuff come in. So this is the way that I do it. This is mostly the way that I have done it since 2016. Things have changed, obviously, and I try new different things all the time, but right now, this is what's bringing me a lot of joy. And so I am sticking to it. So when I'm finished, I will erase the pencil lines, and then that's it for me for this week. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the box below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much and make it a great day.